Biafra, superstars, media.
Woo! My people, my Biafran people, how on a day. My name is Biafra Superstars Media. My people, they called Simon Ekpa a content creator. But today, Simon Ekpa is the content that the whole Zoom media they are creating. With the topic, with the content of Simon Ekpa, they're able to make lots of money online through their Google AdSense, through their YouTube views and the rest of them, to pay for their rent, to pay for their family, and to budget for the Xmas. So today, the man they were calling a content creator is now the one feeding their family through content. Simon is a topic, and by proxy, Biafra has taken the center stage of the world. My fellow Biafrans, the picture you are seeing here is going agog. It has taken over the airwave in that zoo called Nigeria. They lied that this was the day Simon Ekpa was so-called arrested. They said this was how the Finnish police came to his house. But sadly, this picture has been making some families to cry, to lose comfort, and the rest. So today, I want to dispel that notion. What you are seeing here was taken from a blockbuster movie in Hollywood. Simon was invited. Simon went to discuss with the Finnish authorities. But unfortunately, the Nigerian zoo government, they somehow colluded with the authorities of Finland. And they are still asking for him not to be involved for the time being on social media while they are carrying out their investigations. That's normal in the Western world. It's normal. It's the normal practice in the Western world. This is why we speak the way we speak, because in the Western world, that is where you have the real taste of the rule of law. That is where they practice the rule of law. A place where the law rules. My fellow Biafrans, without any much further ado, I want you all to understand the perspective of what is happening in that zoo called Nigeria. The psychology of how people are feeling. And the fake news. The propaganda being spread by the zoo government through their zoo dirty gutter, God-forsaken media. The gutter media, I call them. Today, I want you to listen to our brother, the Biafran golden child, for him to give us a clear perspective and insight of how Biafrans and those in Nigeria, they perceive what is happening to our Prime Minister, His Excellency Obatobie Agune Chimba. Welcome, Simon Ekpa. Oh my God, I love you so much. You told them you will make the prophecy of Nnamdi Kanu to come to pass. Today, local and international, the name Biafra is trending. The independence of Biafra is in the mouth of everyone. And today, the Joshua of our time, the helper of Moses, the Joshua of our time, Simon Ekpa, is here doing the Lord's work. He's here doing the work sent to him by his master. For some of you out there, the Biafrans attacking your brother Simon Ekpa, it reminds me of what you did to Jesus 2,000 years ago. You guys, you betrayed Jesus. You saved the life of Barnabas over Jesus 2,000 years ago. But today you are calling on God, calling on Jesus, calling on the angels, going to your pastors, your men of God, your daddy GO, your mama GO, and the rest of them. You call on them to call on Jesus to save you. You ask your pastors to intercede to Jesus to save you. You are waiting for the second coming of Jesus onto earth. But today, I want you all to know this. The same Jesus you are looking for is amongst you. And that same Jesus, again, you are doing the same thing you did to him 2,000 years ago. You betrayed and crucified Jesus 2,000 years ago. And today, some of the naive ones, you are doing that to your Redeemer, the one coming to take away the sins, to free you from the bondage of Nigeria. You are once again working with the enemies to crucify Simon Ekpa, who is the savior of Biafra. Oh my God. What a world. I see it more like a vicious cycle. A cyclical fluctuation, Oyibo. It kept happening over and over again, but because you guys, you have refused to learn, you keep on making the same mistakes. My people, we thank God that this time around we are ready to support our Prime Minister, and we know he's the one coming to take us to the promised land. Lord have mercy. Without any much further ado, I present to you a man who was there as a child in the Biafran war, a man who had kwashiorkor during the days of the Biafran war, when 3 million children, they met their untimely demise. A man who saw his sister raped by your Nigerian military, the military you say you love. Rufai Oseni, you say you love the Nigerian military. Your military did that to this man who is about to speak, to his sister. She was so vulnerable. She was very, very young, a teenager, a 13-year-old girl. Your Nigerian military during the Biafran war did what they did to her. They raped her and they killed her. The mother couldn't take it. She screamed. She ran out to hold her daughter. And the same military that you love, the same one you are supporting today, that same military, they pulled the trigger and they shot the mother of the Biafran golden child. When this man told me his story, he was in tears. And I told him I would share my platform with him. Come what rain or sunshine, he has full access to my platform to let us know what he saw. First-hand information. Today, you Biafrans, you saw what the Nigerian military and their government did to you in the Biafran war. But today, you are working hand in hand, pari passu, with the Zoo government against your own. Those coming to save you from the bondage. Today, you are working with them. Today, you have forgotten what they did to you. And to the Nigerians out there from the other tribes who are now saying, oh, the Igbos, Simon Ekpa, you kill the Igbos, you kill your own. Where were you when your Nigerian military were killing the babies of Biafra? Where were you when the children, 7 million people were killed in my land? Where were you? You said nothing. You were having a good time. You were going on a jamboree spree, doing your party, your Owambe and other stuff in the southwest. In the north, they were doing their Rankadede. In the middle belt, they joined hands with the forces to kill my people. But today that we have somebody here to protect us, now you are coming and you are advising us, oh, Simon Ekpa is killing his people. Keep your advice to yourself, you bastards. Hypocrites, all of you. You are all hypocrites. Thanks but no thanks. Keep your fucking thanks to yourself and your advice. We know who you are. You are Lucifer, the son of perdition. When you saw the children die, 3 million babies in the land of Biafra, you said nothing about it. But right now you're telling us, oh, be careful of Simon Ekpa. Don't trust him. Oh, he's killing his own. You are writing to Finland. Simon Ekpa is killing his own. You bunch of hypocrites. Where were you? Where were your cries when 3 million babies died in the land of Biafra? Where were you? Bunch of hypocrites. Animals. Animals and hypocrites. You guys don't know what is in stock for you. If you assume that this thing we are doing is the same the way it was before. For us, Biafra is a religion. Biafra is a way of life. And we're ready to do everything to get our Biafra. We have lived in the Western world. We understand the ways, how things are done here in the Western world. To a very large extent, most of us, we've been westernized. The way we think is different. So you don't expect us to leave these developed countries and come back to your shithole and become servitudes. Or come back and sell our people for crumbs on the table of the caliphate. We have gone beyond that stage. Lord have mercy. My people, without any much further ado, I present to you the Biafran golden child. Let him come and tell us how things are done, or the way things have been said in that so-called Nigeria. Let him come and give us the perspective of how the reason over there, because most of them, due to poverty and hardship, their mind has been clouded. Lord have mercy. I will be back. But for now, without any much further ado, I present to you the Biafran golden child. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or depending on where you hear my voice. This is the Biafra golden child. And yes, we're all sober. I won't want to say I'm elated, highly elated, to interact with you all. No, but I'll say I'm still happy, to discuss with us, despite the prevailing circumstances. Yeah, this is a sober moment and a moment of reflection for every one of us. Yes, the last few days have been anything but inspiring. Last few days have been, more or less very, very disquieting and very, very unpalatable for a lot of us. Because it as if, there, there is a deliberate plot. It's as if there's a deliberate, um, you know, systematic plot to derail, you know, the plans and the wishes of Biafra. But of course, we are not being taken unawares. All this while, we've been expectant of this kind of things happening at this stage. I want to tell everybody, I want to bring it to awareness that it didn't take anybody unawares that things like this, of course, are going to happen. And of course, when they happen, it is not to kill the temple, it is not to destroy our initiative, it is not to demotivate us, but rather it is to spur us further on. Ladies and gentlemen, Yes, in recent times, few days now, yes, our Prime Minister has been arrested. Yes, he is undergoing trial, in a Finnish court, you know. Yes, a lot of clamoring, a lot of, discussions, a lot of pleadings, a lot of counter pleadings, a lot of suggestions, a lot of, uh, negative discourse has been going on both in Finland, outside Finland, in Nigeria, and outside Nigeria. And a lot of people are saying, for those who are haters of the Igbo man, for those who are haters of the Southeast, for those who are haters of Biafra and our hope for, the independent state of Biafra, a lot of them have been saying all kinds of things, showing that all this while they never wished Biafra well. They never wanted us, to experience the relief we were looking forward to. They never wanted the United States of Biafra to be declared, fully sovereign and fully independent. And so we are now, of course, exposed to all those who hate us. There is this, normal balance, normal proverb, normal, storyline that we have in the East. We say it is good for the breeze to blow so that we see that the chicken, the fowl, we see the anus of the fowl. Another people will say it is good for the breeze to blow so that we know that the Reverend Father, the pastor, is wearing trouser under his cassock. And so we are happy. The breeze has blown, you know, just a few days arrest of our, indefatigable Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, for routine trial, routine, you know, questioning and all that. And all of a sudden, hell is let loose. All of a sudden, there's the general hula baloo everywhere. All of a sudden, people are clinking champagne glasses. All of a sudden, Nigeria government is falling the different organs of Nigerian government, including the chief of the same staff, including the chief of army staff, including the foreign affairs officers. They are all clinking glasses, shouting out their choruses, and all of them are demanding, for the heart, demanding for the soul of Simon Ekpa Njoku. It is not something that should call for laughter. No, definitely that would be very insensitive of me. But I laugh. I laugh, yes. I laugh because these people do not know what is happening. These people seem not to realize what is happening in Biafra land. We have said here severally that as far as we are concerned, this Biafra agitation is a way of life. Biafra agitation is a way of thinking. Biafra agitation is what we feed on, what we drink, the food that we eat is in our DNA. So anybody who thinks that Biafra agitation ends with any personality, ends with any name, ends with any person, is not telling himself the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we have said severally, even in some of my audios with the Biafra Superstar Media, we have said severally, hey, come on, Biafra agitation is not about any person. Yes, one of our biggest names is in the person of our, that the man we regard as the Biafran warlord, the man we say is our godfather, Dame Odumogu Ojukwu, Dame Emeka Odumogu Ojukwu. Yes, of blessed memory. Of course, he was our founding father. Of course, he was the man who was at the helm of affairs during the Biafran Civil War. Yes, he was the man who started this agitation for us. But of course, he's not there today, and Biafra has moved on. It has moved on. Along the line, there was a time in Biafra land when it was Umezurike. Mezurike was championing Masob. Mezurike was agitating for Biafra land. Mezurike, was calling awareness to the plight of the Biafrans, the plight of the Igbo extractions in the country. And of course, at a point, he also was overtaken by events, and Biafra agitation did not end. It moved on and on. Eventually, he moved into, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, our leader, highly venerated leader. Of course, it looked as if this was the final bus stop then. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought it into the limelight. Once again, created the awareness on the plight of the Biafrans, on the plight of the Igbo man. And he went on, talked vigorously about it, went about it, and equally brought awareness to the fact that when Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914, what happened then was a trial and error sort of thing. Yes, he took it to the mountaintop. He took it to the market square. He took it around the world, vigorously postulating that that error, that trial and error has ended since 2014 because it became 100 years in 2014. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went around vigorously proposing, vigorously propagating the view that since it was a trial, to bring in the Southern Protectorate and amalgamate it with the Northern Protectorate, forming one nation, with different identities, different ideologies, different cultures, different religious affiliations, different motivations for 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 development and all that. That it has failed, and it should be about time when people are allowed to now move and congregate according, to a general principle, a general ideology, a general culture, and people should be allowed to go their separate ways. Of course, we all know what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, we knew he was, arrested in Kenya. Of course, we know that the government within that time kidnapped him, renditioned him from Kenya, and brought him down to Nigeria. And for the past 3 years, he has been in the dungeon of the SSS, suffering all kinds of calamities, suffering all kinds of ill treatment, subjected to the worst form of human degradation. This is what happened to Nnamdi Kanu. Well, hello, am I communicating with somebody? Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS dungeon, and the Biafra has not ended with him. The Biafra did not cease there. Biafra did not die there. Of course, once again, another vigorous, propagator, another agitator, this time in the person of a Nigerian Finnish citizen, this time a man who had worked in the Finnish police, a man who had worked in Finland as a politician, a man who has served in the military in Finland, a man who at one point, won a silver medal for the so-called Nigeria, way back then. Silver medal in the 100-meter race in the person of Simon Ekpa came into the fore. He came into the limelight. He became the cynosure of all eyes. He became the propagator of Biafra agitation. He became synonymous. His name became synonymous with Biafra. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Ekpa brought in the youthful aspect, brought in his experience in international military experience in Finland, brought in his, sagacity and, his erudite cerebral attainment, mental attainment, and he took Biafra agitation to another level. Within his time, he fully established the Biafra regional government and exile, for which he was, overwhelmingly appointed the position of the prime minister. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman who was doing very well, has gone on and eventually, propagated issues concerning Biafra, took it to another level, brought in the military aspect of it, brought in the intellectual aspect of it, brought in the regional aspect of it, took it internationally. To the extent that when he makes videos, when he makes audios, he makes proclamations. Of course, he does the propaganda, he talks Biafra, he ate Biafra, and the bread Biafra. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Ekpa promised us at the peak of his career that come 2nd December 2024, he was going to, fully declare the United States of Biafra, you know, as a sovereign nation, who declare it from Finland, who declare it around the world, and we were all waiting with great expectations, with bated breath. We were highly excited and looking forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have been counting weeks. Eventually, we were counting days. And just last week, we heard Simon Ekpa has been arrested by the Finnish authorities on charges of, uh, creating a felony, creating a para-government from Finland to Nigeria, and orchestrating activities that make the Southeast ungovernable right from Finland. Of course, the matter is still under trial. Of course, they is still under probing. Of course, they will detain him until, of course, they get to the end of it. But I'm happy to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time Simon Ekpa and Joko have been arrested. This is not the first time the Finnish authorities have arrested him or tried him or try, to dissuade him. But, like the cat with proverbial 9 lives, he has always come back alive. He has always come out clean. He has always come out, not guilty. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is not going to be a different time. This is not going to be a different case. And so, it is with this kind of, understanding, with this kind of background, that I want to make this audio today. I want to tell our people that, listen, you don't celebrate a man's downfall. You don't celebrate a misfortune befalling somebody. No, you don't do that. You wish them all the best. No accused is proven guilty. No accused is regarded as guilty until proven guilty. Our Simon Ekpa, yes, who remains our steadfast prime minister, is undergoing interrogation, is undergoing probings, is under the Finnish authorities, who are trying to establish what is exactly his level of, uh, activities, whether it engenders destructive tendencies within Nigeria, or whether he's in any way preaching any negative or violent secession. Of course, the law will take its course. Of course, we know at the end of the day that in Finland Finland is a democratic country. Finland is a place where rules and laws are observed, and we are 100% certain that at the end of the day, our Simon Ekpa, given a fair hearing, and you will be surprised that all these people who are pointing, who are shouting, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him today. All these people who are shouting, give us the head of Simon Ekpa. Give me the head of Simon Ekpa. Give Nigeria the head of Simon Ekpa. Give it to us on the platter of gold. Give it to us. Give it the head, the heart, the legs. Let's have him. They will be shocked, because at the end of the day, Finland is not Nigeria. At the end of the day, Finnish courts are not Nigerian courts. At the end of the day, Finnish interrogators are not like the DSS. They are not like the junta and the dungeon called Nigeria. Of course, our able, prime minister will be given a fair hearing where the rules of law, the rule of law, and the aspects of the constitution that guarantee a fair hearing to any accused until proven guilty will prevail. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's a sober time. Yes, it's another time of celebration. But hey, come on, we are very happy. We are very, forward looking still. We believe, of course, that someone at the end of the day, we will celebrate him. Yes, because it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And justice will have its course, and he'll be venerated. He'll be fully, you know, established to be a man who has done no wrong. All he did was bring the world to notice, create the awareness of the plight of his people, let the world know that his people have been treated as defeated people. Let everybody know, let the world know that yes, it's about time these people who have suffered enough should be given their own regions to manage. Yes, if they are not wanted in what has become a moribund, degenerate Nigeria, since they are not wanted in a degenerate, moribund Nigeria, they should be allowed to have their own, separate, independent region, which he ably and aptly captioned the United States of Biafra. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I keep saying, it didn't end with Demo Dumugwu. It didn't end, with Masop was wicked. It has not ended with, the incarceration under the DSS dungeon of our maximum leader, Mazen Nandekano. Neither will it end now. Now that our one and only Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, very fine gentleman, military gentleman, politician who sacrificed it all, sacrificed his career at the tender age of less than 40, to vigorously pursue the welfare of his people, to establish in total the United States of Biafra in its full sovereign entity. Ladies and gentlemen, mark my words, the end is not over for Simon Ekpa. Ladies and gentlemen, mark my words, this is the beginning. It is never the beginning of the end. It is the beginning of the beginning. Because, gentlemen, when nothing good comes easy. Simon Ekpa, our highly cerebral prime minister, has told us severally, it is not going to be easy, and it's not over until it's over. Yes, when you're looking for independence, when you're looking for the welfare of your people to be fully, you know, all encompassingly released to them, when you want to declare, a sovereign national country, then it's not an easy task. These are things that will happen. You must have these situations. These are things that should happen, but it shouldn't deter you. I mean, you don't put hands forward, holding the plow, and you look back. And so he has said it all the time. It's not going to be an easy walk to freedom. No way. Like Nelson Mandela, you have to go through the nitty-gritty of it, sometimes favorably disposed, sometimes unfavorable. You have to understand that it's not ever easy to achieve good things, to achieve freedom. But we shouldn't be afraid. We should not let, the negativities derail us. No way. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you the breaking news, positive news, that this is not the end for Biafra agitation. Indeed, it is the beginning. Yes, 2nd December 2024 is still within the corner. 2nd December 2024 is still a date to beat. Yes, Finland is not Nigeria. The courts in Finland have not been bought. The judges have not been given private homes or duplexes. Nobody takes their children to Ivy League schools, other parts of Europe or the world. No, they are incorruptible. Of course, nobody in Finland will tell you, if you don't like what I'm doing, go to court. Nobody does that, because this is a place where the rule of law is sacrosanct. The rights and privileges of every citizen is held with religious, uh, 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 almost religious passion. Nobody is called guilty except proven guilty. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't give up. Don't give up. Simon Ekpa, in the hands of Finnish authorities, undergoing trials, undergoing probings, does not deter the Biafran agitation. Biafran agitation supersedes any individual. It is not involved with personality. It's not involved with name. It's a way of life of people, not persons. And so, even if they arrest 1 million Simon Ekpas, even if they imprison 2 million Manzekanos in this world, Biafra agitation must continue. Yes, the whole world is aware that the Biafrans have suffered a lot, especially because of activities of 1966, 67, 68, 69, and 70. Those were not mirages. Those were not nightmares. These were realities on ground. A people and their culture were almost annihilated. These people were subjected to the highest level of opprobrium. These people were almost totally annihilated from the world. Their women were raped massively. Pregnant people's tummy was dissected. Their men were exposed to all kinds of ridicule. Their fingers and hands cut in a horrible scenario where they wanted to make them completely useless, incapable of handling the cutlass and hoe for farming, incapable of handling gun to defend their people during the war. I mean, this was the highest level of human wickedness. Who has not heard about it? These were the things that Dim Dumego Juko, Blessed Mary, was talking about. These were the things that Mazu was talking about. These are the things initiated by Mazu Namdekanu. Of course, these are things that have been vigorously pursued by none other than Simon Ekpa, our venerable Prime Minister. Nobody can discourage us. Nobody can deter us. The goals, the advantages are many. The hope must be ignited. There is no going back. Arrest 1 million Simon Ekpas today. It will not stop Biafra agitation. It will not stop the agitation for our sovereign independence. We have suffered enough. Look at what has been happening. Just few days, Simon Ekpa has been arrested. See the whole Nigeria, everybody, including our saboteurs, including people amongst us, our own brothers, everybody trying to distance themselves from Simon Ekpa. Igbo people calling him criminal. Igbo governors calling him weak, insensitive, calling for his head. Nigerian government, uh, uh, taking popping champions here and there, calling him wicked. Uh, severally dancing themselves and shouting themselves hoarse because they think Finnish authorities will will release Simon Ekpa to them. That is the highest level of disillusionment. That is illusion galore. Nigerians are crazy. How can you think that the Finnish authorities who saw what you did to Nnamdi Kanu, that you brought him here without proper trial, with the courts that lack jurisdiction, with Supreme Court judgments that were not followed, with High Court judgments and Appeal Court judgments that nobody listened to, and you think Finnish authorities will will repatriate Simon Ekpa to you? You are highly mistaken. This man is not just a Nigerian. In fact, at some point he renounced his Nigerian citizenship. This man who won a silver medal for this country at his youthful age he had to return that because he said, I refuse to be anything in Nigeria. I refuse to salute Nigeria anymore. I refuse to sing Nigeria anthem. I refuse to be called a Nigerian. This man who had vigorously propagated, the hope and aspiration of his people, making them, look forward to 2nd December 2024 when he's going to announce, vigorously declare United States of Biafra, as a sovereign nation. This man said, I want to sacrifice my life for Biafra. So the Nigerian government, with all due respect, take 1 million Simon Ekpas out of, to prison, take him away. Biafra agitation continues. You can't scare us. The man wasn't speaking in dreams. He wasn't speaking in parentheses. He was talking about what is real. He was drawing attention to the plight of the Igbos, to the wickedness, to the pretext, to the shameful notion that yes, after the war, it was a case of no victor, no vanquish. After the war, the 3 hours, we'll rehabilitate them, we'll reconstruct, and then where did it take us to? Nothing. It was lip service. And the man said, no, enough is enough. Enough is enough. He brought the awareness to the world that enough is enough. The Biafrans deserve their rights, and privileges restored to them. The Biafrans deserve their own sovereign national country. The Biafrans need to manage themselves in a land where they'll be regarded as human beings, fully fledged human beings. So when people come out, including people from the southeast, including IPOP, including Ohanes and Debo, distancing themselves from our highly indefatigable Prime Minister, saying they are now, we don't know him, we don't recognize him, he's not a part of us, anything he's saying is unilateral, he's nobody as far as we're concerned, is a criminal, he should be dealt with. Nigerian government should make sure they deal with him. This is about time. This is about time. But all those are terrible, terrible, terrible news and statements. This man is representing the cause of the Biafrans. This man, if you look into what he's saying, you look into his activities, he's trying to restore the dignity of the Biafran. Every man and woman, every father and daughter, every husband and wife, every brother and sister, every child. Simon Ekpa was trying to give us a meaning and a reason to live. Yes, as Biafrans, our identity, our story. He propagated our story around the world. He let the world know the plight of the Biafrans. He let them know that enough was enough. Let my people go. You don't want to receive them in the country. You don't want to attend them to attend the highest post in the land. You don't want to do them to do business freely in Nigeria. You don't want to give them their own airports. You don't want to give them their own seaports. You don't want them to rise. And yet you are subduing them. You are subjugating them, and you are telling them, stay. Stay. Oh no, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this audio is to let us know the end is not over yet. In fact, this is the beginning of a new dawn. Yes, Simon Ekpa is being probed, is being detained. But is that the end of it? No. It's just a matter of days. It's just a matter of time. And you'll see what will transpire. But meanwhile, for now, do not be deterred. The message is keep your eyes wide open. Watch and pray. Yes, look forward to 2nd December 2024. It's not over. Yes, already the gentleman, as if he had the prognosis. The gentleman had appointed, worldwide attorneys, and lawyers, international lawyers, to manage the affairs of the declaration of the United States of Biafra. He has appointed lawyers from around the world. He has appointed attorneys. In fact, the last one he just appointed was the American attorney, highly acclaimed, highly revered, versatile, activist lawyer, and a man who has international recon all over he goes. Reputation, good reputation everywhere he goes. Yes, we are talking of none other than Aman Dabiri, the U.S. attorney, highly known, highly respected, very versatile. And these are people who are waiting. He and other lawyers are waiting. They are waiting, looking into the situation of Biafra. It had moved away from Simon Ekpa's hands. Ladies and gentlemen, it has moved. The Biafra agitation has since moved from Simon Ekpa's hands. It has gone into the, drawing board, because 2nd December 2024 is a date with history. It's a date that we should all look for. It involves, it all encompassing. It's about our life. It's about our future. It's about everything the Biafra man, is and will continue to be. So brace up, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the end of the world. Do not be deterred. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't be scared. For who? No. Our venerable Prime Minister is not in the hands of the dungeon in Nigeria. It's not in the hand of any of this, a blood-sucking Dracula, arms of government or security agencies. No. It is in the highly refined, highly democratic, reasonable, law-abiding, yes, rule of law observing, and people who have signed treaties to maintain, to ensure that rule of law prevails no matter whose ox is God. Yes, the Finnish authorities are no strangers to Simon Ekpa. Severally, Alexander Stubb, the president, has been told by Nigerian government, get this man, he's this, is that, get him for us on a platter of gold. But the gentleman has always let them realize, no, this man is a Finnish citizen who must follow the rule of law. They invited their foreign affairs minister, the lady, Altron. They told her, do this, do that. Nigeria's Yusuf Tuga, the foreign affairs minister, went to meet, invited you, Finnish foreign affairs secretary here, invited most of them from Sweden and all the Scandinavian countries, and it was get Simon Ekpa. And those ones also told him we must follow the rule of law. Rule of law must prevail. That's where we are. Okay, they've gotten Simon Ekpa, they've arrested him, but hey, I'll give you breaking news. It's just a matter of time. They will go through it, they'll look at him, and of course, it will be fully established that, of course, he has nothing to hide. Of course, all this time, all this while, he has been doing a legitimate, simple. He has been chasing, the welfare of his people. He has been creating awareness about the plight of his people. And he was telling the oppressors, the wicked people, that enough is enough. Enough is enough. We have seen enough. We have endured enough. It's about time you let my people go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to tell you, as a fellow freedom lover, as a man who breathes Biafra, man with Biafra in his DNA, that this is not the end. In fact, it's a glorious beginning. Nothing good comes easy. This is the time when we should all praise up. Praise up. Praise up. Biafra is not about any individual. Biafra is not about any person. Biafra is not about, who you know or you don't know. Biafra is about, a people and their way of life. A people who are not comfortable with the way and manner they have been treated. A people who are not comfortable with the way and manner they've been subjugated, all these years. A people who have, been treated as a defeated nation. And they said, no, enough is enough. And one of the voices that have vigorously pursued this enough is enough slogan, for his people is none other than Simon Ekpa, the man, we generally regarded as, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, especially the Biafra regional government in exile. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, he's been arrested. Yes, we're looking forward. We're watching keenly. The lawyers are watching. International lawyers are watching. And of course, the plight of the Biafrans is even getting the highest attention. Because worldwide, everybody is wondering, who is this man that was arrested in Finland? Nigerian authorities, including his IPOP brothers, including Ohadeze Indigo, including every person, is calling for his head. Calling for his head. Why do they want his head? What did he do? Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be surprised. Simon Ekpa is much more glorious, even in this ordeal, than ever before, because the whole world is suddenly is the signage of all eyes. Every news is now Simon Ekpa. Every news, by implication, is now centered at the declaration of the United States of Biafra. That is what Simon Ekpa represents. That is what he propagated. That is what he keeps propagating. That has been his resolve. That has been his ambition. And so, Igbos, Biafrans, men and women, ladies and gentlemen, freedom lovers, praise up, be happy. Come on. Come on. This is when he needs us most. Come out, talk about it. Talk about the plight of the Biafrans. Let the whole world know enough is enough. Nigeria has subjugated us. Nigeria has, denied us all our rights and privileges. Nigeria has made us second-class citizens. Nigeria continues, to show that anything Southeast, anything Biafra is not important to them. I mean, this is a country where there are several, wicked, highly negatively flourishing, insurgent groups, the Boko Haram, the Lakarawa, all the so-called wicked people flourish, including the Yoruba secessionist agenda. Nobody arrested them. Nobody says bring their head. Nobody says extradite them. Nobody says bring their head. When they arrest Boko Haram people, they forgive them, grant them amnesty, and recruit them into the Nigerian Air Force, recruit them into the Nigerian Army. When they catch the Lakarawas, they bring them, they give them a protected name. They are Fulani headsmen. They are normal nomadic people carrying their cattle here and there. They are forgiven, they are settled, they are granted amnesty. When it comes to the Igbo man, when it comes to anything Biafra, anything about Biafra, just like a fly, they will use a hammer to kill the fly. That is what Nigeria is. That is the highest level of wickedness to the Biafrans. And this is what we don't want. This is what Simon Ekpa preached against. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole world is watching. I thank God, President Donald Trump, President-elect, America has come up. He asked, why the interest in Simon Ekpa? Why is Nigeria agog? Because a man was arrested in Finland. Why is the Nigerian people calling for his head on a platter of gold? What did this man do? When he was told that this man simply, innocently, has been creating awareness about the plight of his people, wishing, vigorously pursuing an agenda to make life worthwhile for his people, not for himself. After all, he was a Finnish citizen. After all, he lived in a sane environment where rule and order prevail. No, he was not disenfranchised. But no, he said, this is what they're doing to my people. I cannot come here. I cannot live in Finland. I cannot live in Europe and pretend that all is well. No, I feel the plight of my people. I feel their pains. Their pain is my pain. And he's vigorously, enunciating the pains the Biafra man is going to, letting the world know that when it comes to Biafran, the rules are different. The law is different. When it comes to other tribes, let them go. Even when they commit all sorts of, insurrection, all sorts of felony, they let them go. When they steal all the money in the Jara coffer, they let them know, go. But once it comes to the Biafra man, once it is a Biafra man involved, the whole armory, the whole legal force, the whole criminal authority, the whole force in Nigeria will come up and grab and destroy that Biafran man. It's very, very clear. In fact, he didn't know it would happen to him. Just 2 days, 3 days, he's been arrested. And every force in that, the Foreign Affairs Office, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Nigerian Army, everybody, the IGP, everybody, his own sociocultural group, the Ohanese, the Ipobians are coming out to say, crucify him, crucify him. Ladies and gentlemen, if they did it to our Lord and Master Jesus Christ, if his own people will shout, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him, if his own people would demand that an armed robber, a murderer, Barnabas should be released to them, then what of a mere country that was forced to be a country in 1914, amalgamated, different nationalities come together, forced to be one. Since the so-called independence in 1960, 64 years ago, nothing concrete has happened because, of course, all those different nationalities are chasing their individual agendas. That is why Nigeria cannot survive. That is why it has become a failed state. That is why the current newly elected American president, Donald Trump, when he was American president, called this country a shithole. This is why the British former prime minister looked at Nigeria and all it entailed and called it fantastically corrupt. This is why the highest opposition lady in the United Kingdom, Kemi Badnoch, has refused to associate with Nigeria, has refused to identify with Nigeria. They looked at Nigeria and said, I don't want to be counted as a Nigerian. I don't care about my Yoruba extraction. I don't want to belong here. You people have nothing to offer me. Your judiciary is dead. How can you tell somebody, go to court if you're not pleased? An evidence that you bought the courts. How can you do elections that will never be free and fair after you spend billions to organize so-called elections? How can you be in a country where nothing is working? Even power, light cannot be given to the people. I will not belong to a dungeon, a zoo like Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, brace up. Sorry if I've taken much of your time, but hey, come on, let's call a spade a spade. That's what we do in Biafra. We say it the way it is. Take Simon Ekpa from us, take anybody away from us. Biafra agitation remains because it's not personality enshrined. We are not a cult people. Yeah, oh, no. Biafra is a way of life. Biafra is in the DNA of the Biafrans. Biafra is a people's general will and ambition, collective will to stand up from the crowd and declare their sovereignty, their unity, and their hope for a better life for their generations yet unborn. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to stop here. We're going to talk more on this. But before I leave, hello, pray, watch and pray. Read widely, but don't be carried away by the gossip. Don't be carried away by the shenanigans, by the saboteurs, by the haters, hate speech of even our fellow Biafrans who are, who are settled, who have no ambition for the countrymen because they are urging any government in power. That's what they are. They want the powers that be in the dungeon Nigeria to continue to, use them, to continue to, mobilize them, to continue to deceive them, but not for us. As for me and my home, as for me and my father's house, we are looking for 2nd December 2024, when there will be complete and total declaration of the United States of Biafra. Simon Ekpa is undergoing probing. Simon Ekpa is undergoing trial. But we're happy where he is. It is not in a junta. It is a country that loves freedom. The complete country that respects the rule of law. That is our confidence. It's just a matter of time. He has been arrested before. He has been tried before. And nothing came out of it. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, brace up. It's a step in the right direction. The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. I'm happy they have brought up this matter even beyond what Simon Ekpa could have anticipated. And of course, we have international jurists, lawyers, attorneys who are waiting for the declaration of the United States of Biafra. They are working. They've been mobilized. Everything is going well. That's how it is. So ladies and gentlemen, brace up. I wish you all guys the best. Yes, we are working. Yes, it looks dark, but there's a big light, massive light at the end of the tunnel. That's where we are headed. Forward ever, backward never. Yes, Simon Ekpa remains a respected name in the Biafran struggle. Simon Ekpa remains, yes, an indefatigable leader of the Biafran struggle. Simon Ekpa remains our hero. He has done sacrifices, massive sacrifices for this country, and this is one of them. But we know he will come out of it hale and hearty, and even tripled in his resolve to achieve the full declaration of the United States of Biafra. God bless you all. Take care. God bless you once again. Thank you.
I want you to understand that forget whatever that is going on social media. Forget whatever that the Nigeria terrorist states are saying on social media and behaving on their National Assembly. They know that the game is over. I am telling you the fact. The northern Nigeria know that the game is over. I know what is going on within them. The presidency of Nigeria know that the game is over. The Senate President Akpabio knows that the game is over. The only people that do not know, or maybe they are just skeptical, are the gullible one Nigerians who are believing in the Nigerian terrorist army that they have the capability to eliminate Biafrans, not knowing that I actually lost the war already before even the war started.
Remain focused, my people. We are going home. Biafrans, we are going home. I want to assure you that this thing called Biafra will be here. From the 2nd of December, it will be the beginning of the end of Biafra being in that thing called Nigeria, that shithole country. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Yours truly, Biafra, Superstars Media. I can assure you that we are going home.